Hi, Tyrone and Grant. This is Alex Marson in San Francisco. BDB Kayakers, my other screen name. Watched your guys' review. Thought it was really solid. Really liked it. I'm glad to see you guys are doing this. But I had one big problem with Holmes. Uh, I was the problem with Holmes is that what's supposed to be the greatest detective, therefore the greatest detective story of all time, was anything but. They tell you in the very first scene who did it, which is hypocritical for a whodunit kind of movie. I mean, any like Law and Order or procedural television show writer can tell you that you don't tell the audience who did it in the first scene. You wait halfway through the movie to reveal, three-quarters of the way through the movie to reveal, and you have multiple players in play so that Sherlock Holmes can actually deduce and figure out who did it. You don't tell me in the very first, spooky scene, that this, Count Raven guy or whatever his name was, did it. Because then I go the whole movie just waiting for Holmes to figure out what I already knew an hour and a half ago. We knew from the very first scene that this whole movie was just going to be Holmes running through London and finding these arbitrary and contrived clues to tell us what, again, we knew from the very start. Huge problem with Holmes is that there was no deduction going on. And I think Grant hit it on the head, is there were just countless other ways you could have done this better. Countless ways that Guy Ritchie could have crafted this better. And it's a real shame because Guy Ritchie with Snatch and Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels knows better than this. He is a master at crafting story narratives where each next scene is something new. You're anticipating the next scene and you never know kind of what you're going to get and how it all works in together. So for him to give us this just sloppily put together wannabe detective story, I think was a real shame. Everything else, great. I mean, Tyrone, I agree with you. Downey Jr. is great. Jude Law is great. McAdams great. I think they all did a really good job. Is it Robert Downey Jr. just doing a good job being Robert Downey Jr.? Absolutely. But hey, we love him. We'll go see him in this. We'll go see him in Iron Man 1 and 2 and whatever the hell else they tell us to go see. A smug, drug abusing Robert Downey Jr. We'll see it because he's great at it. And Guy Ritchie's stylistic choices were great. But the movie failed because they told you who did it in the very first scene, and you're just not that interested to hang around for 2 hours. And to note, I think that it's in that failing that Holmes wasn't more of a significant movie. I know it did great box office numbers, but when it came out like what, a week or two after Avatar, those two movies were supposed to go head to head, and it didn't happen. I mean, Avatar just launched by, and I don't think it's because Avatar was the superior movie or premise. I think what happened is because Holmes wasn't a better movie, Avatar had no competition in its first few weeks. Had Holmes been an exciting, intriguing storyline, no question, it would have gone just as far. Well, not just as far, but it could have done just as well as Avatar. That's a big statement, but I do think it could have offered more competition than it did. That was my thought on Holmes. Thanks. Bye.